Hi guys, I've recently got a request to do Selena Gomez's natal chart and also transit chart, and I heard that she's quitting Hollywood, and due to all the stress that's been going around with her, like her love life, her projects gone wrong, people talking bad about her, it's just a number of things that have put so much pressure on her that she has decided to leave Hollywood or perhaps take a break. So this also rang my attention, and I have never seen her chart before, and I want to take a first look at her chart for the first time and see what are the aspects in astrology and what are the transits in astrology that is causing Selena to have all this happen to her. And now I want to mention something. I do get a number of teenagers on these kind of videos pertaining to Ariana, Justin, and Selena, and they're always asking me, oh, please tell me, is Justin Bieber gonna get back with Selena? Is he gonna get, when are they gonna get back together? And a lot of you people, a lot of you teenagers, especially teenagers, don't know anything about life, and you don't know that when two people really do love each other, there's nothing that will separate them, and usually the man will make the move, okay? He will make the biggest move of all, which is give you a ring, okay? And let me give you an example. Look at Ariana Grande. She just recently started dating this guy for 1 month, and he already gave her an engagement ring. Now, think of the pressure that Selena felt when Ariana Grande that just met this guy for 1 month, and he gave her an engagement ring, and she's been dating Justin for many, many years now, and he hasn't given her anything. So just imagine the humiliation that a woman feels when you see that another singer like you, all right, is getting engaged to a person that you just met 1 month, and yet you've been going on and off with this other famous singer, but he's never given you an engagement ring, okay? So that's something that I feel would hurt me, okay? And I know it's hurting her, obviously. So to answer that question, when I went to do Justin Bieber's tarot card reading with, what was her name? Baldwin, I saw a trail of women, go down. I was like, who is this guy dating? Like, I'm not a Justin fan, but who is he dating? Really, who is he dating? And I realized that there's no stability here. There's no stability. So to answer your question, are they getting back and when are they getting back? I don't think they're getting back together based on the tarot card reading I did. And to be quite honest, I don't think that's very healthy, okay? And I know that Hollywood models this kind of behavior for you guys, and I'm very sorry about it, but once you grow up and you do research and you start realizing things, you're going to realize that this is not very healthy behavior. So I'm going to do now an astrology reading on Selena Gomez, and see what's going on in her chart, all right, and give you a little bit of insight to see, what's going to happen next in her life. Will she be back in Hollywood or not? Okay, so let's just take it to it. Okay, I'm looking at Selena Gomez's chart for the first time here now, and two things jumped at me immediately, and it was her Leo rising. Okay, very talented girl, likes to be in the spotlight. She also has Venus conjunct her ascendant, and when you have Venus conjunct her ascendant, it makes you a very attractive person. Okay, very attractive. People are very attractive to you because you have physical attraction, you got charm, and you got a nice personality. Like, she's a very, very nice girl. She goes visits cancer patients at hospitals. She's got a really kind heart, okay, based on what I've seen on her in the media. Second thing that jumped on me is her Saturn retrograde in her 7th house of partnership, of relationships, marriages, and business partnerships. And I can't help to notice, that Saturn is currently transiting Capricorn, like a house before where her Saturn, her natal Saturn is. So y'all know what Saturn return means. Saturn return means that there's a major uphaven in your life, and this is when you start questioning, what's your life point, okay? Saturn return is when you reach age 27, and then you reach all the way up to age 30, and you wonder if you did the right thing in your life. Are you going the right direction? Did you do the right moves in your career? Why haven't you succeeded in your love life if you haven't? All these things happen, and if you get married during that time, chances are you're going to get divorced because you're not really sure if you made the right move. in your 20s to get married. So Saturn return is very, very hard, but she's not there yet though. Like, it's just one house before her Saturn return. So it's culminating. It's slowly building up, and I could see it because in about 1.5 years from now, she will be experiencing her Saturn return completely. Okay, and it's almost, I wouldn't say almost there, but it's pretty darn close. Also, I wanted to mention is that Saturn is currently transiting her 6th house, okay, of routine. And in her 6th house, she's got Uranus, and she also has Neptune. Now, Uranus, natal Uranus right there, Uranus signifies shakiness, signifies instability, signifies unexpected changes with work, okay, in the 6th house. And and Saturn is currently transiting her 6th house of work, routine, and it's making it very hard for her to get through the day. Saturn just entered Selena Gomez's 6th house. All right, and in her 6th house, she's got Uranus and Neptune, and so it's running over her natal Uranus. So she's got some unexpected moves coming towards it, and there's going to be more. Don't think this is just the only thing that's going to happen. There's going to be more. Okay, she finds work like a hassle. She finds work stressful. Okay, whenever you get Saturn transiting your 6th house, you find like you got to overdo things. You got to pre-plan your routine. You get obstacle courses left and right. Okay. And it also takes a toll on your health. All right. Because the 6th house rules health. It rules routine. And if your routine is good, if your habits are good, your health is good. But if your habits haven't been good for the past 28 years or less, then when Saturn hits your 6th house, guess what? It's time to structure your 6th house. So for her, it's time to structure her routine. It's time to structure her life, her day life, because the 6th house rules the day life. The 12th house rules the nightlife, the illnesses, the surprising illnesses, the hidden illnesses. It's the opposite house. But the 6th house rules your health, what you're aware of, okay? Your routines. But sometimes, and I know this from experience, you get struck by unexpected illnesses, especially if the 12th house is triggered by some sort of transit, okay? Now, currently, we got the Sun transiting Selena's 12th house because Cancer falls in Selena's 12th house, okay? And the Sun is transiting there, and she's like a cusp. She's like, her Sun is in cusping between Leo and Cancer. So naturally, she's got the Sun right in the 12th house hiding, and it makes an esoteric person. Usually when you got the Sun hidden in the 12th house, it means that the person likes to remain quiet and have some solitude. But now that she's got that transit there, and we had a bunch of transits there currently in Cancer. We had Mercury in Cancer, but now Mercury just turned into Leo, okay? And Mercury in Leo, she still has a couple of degrees she's got up to 8 degrees Leo, all right? And it's still in the 12th house. So Mercury is transiting her 12th house. So she's communicating that, hey, I need a break. I need to lay low for a while. Because Mercury has to do with communicating, with voicing your opinions. And she is in the 12th house, is hidden, okay? Now, also, she's got a Venus return, because Venus is currently transiting Leo. So it's in the 1st house. So she's right in the spotlight pretty much, because whenever you got transits on the 1st house, you're more noticeable to the eye, especially Venus, because Venus brings attention and charm to you. And maybe the fans are like, oh, poor Selena, poor this, poor that, I feel bad. And she's in the spotlight, okay? But remember now, her natal Venus is opposing her Saturn. Well, semi-opposing, okay? Not completely opposing, but 6 degrees opposing Saturn in her 7th house of partnership. So it's very hard for her to have a stable partnership throughout her whole entire life, because natally she's got Saturn in the 7th house. So she's got to put some boundaries in her relationship. She just can't let Justin say, hey, I want to be with you today, and then not prove it. Or anybody else, not just Justin. she's got to send some boundaries, some self-respect, and say, listen, are you going to do it or not? Because I don't have time, People that have Saturn in the 7th house, they dedicate themselves and they sacrifice themselves for other people. But they don't work on themselves like a person that has Saturn in the 1st house, that builds their self up, their self-esteem. Spend their lifetime building their self-esteem in the 1st house. She's building other people up, okay? This is affecting her when Venus transits the 1st house. What happens? It conflicts with the 7th house Saturn that she has. So of course she's going to get all this rent. Now I wanted to mention that Jupiter is pretty much trining Uranus and Neptune in the 6th house. So all the changes that go on in her daily activity, through her life, and also the creativity that she uses with Neptune there in her work, it expands her wealth in the 2nd house with Jupiter there, in Virgo. Now Mercury's going to go retrograde in her 1st house of self and a little bit towards her 12th house, and she's going to start evaluating, herself as a person. Where does she stand in the world? It's pretty much happening, and Mercury goes in shadow period in July the 7th. So it'll go retrograde sometime this month, but when it goes retrograde, she's going to go evaluating, her past, herself, because it's right smack between her 1st house and the 12th house. So there's going to be a lot of activity in the 12th house, in the coming time. She also has the moon. That's the moon eclipse. She also has a solar eclipse appearing in her 12th house. So for the 6 months that's coming up, guess what? Selena's going to be like a hermit. She's going to be hiding. She's going to be evaluating the past and, probably be in depression, But then in August, she's also going to have an eclipse, a solar eclipse in the 1st house. So, and I wouldn't really say the 1st house. Sorry about that. It's going to be in the 12th house because actually the eclipse will fall like in the 1st degrees of Leo, right in her sun. Oh God, okay. 29 degrees to sun, okay. In Cancer. So it's going to hurt. Actually, the solar eclipse in August is going to happen right smack on her natal sun. So it's going to be a very major change for Selena in the 12th house. You got to watch out a lot for depression, guys. Let me tell you. And that eclipses, they last for 6 months. The crazy part about it is that there's going to be a lunar eclipse at the ending of this month in her 7th house in Aquarius, where her Saturn resides. She's going to put an ending to a lot of relationships with other people, okay, not just Justin, but that eclipses, you feel them about a month before or a month after, or probably sometimes even 2 months before the eclipse actually happens. You start feeling all this energy. And, I just found it quite disturbing how, the interviewer asked her, hey, what do you think about Justin Bieber's and, Baldwin's relationship? That's kind of bad, guys. Come on. So that was already being triggered, I believe. And in the grand scheme of all, it led to this. All right. And it's going to lead to this, lunar eclipse of endings in her 7th house of partnerships, affecting her Saturn, tapering it, and a lot of questions for Selena. It's a very, very tough time for Selena. Okay. Very, very tough time. All I could say is that the only relief she will start getting, and she'll start channeling all this pain and creating new music, a new album, once Jupiter goes into the 5th house. Okay, that's another thing. She'll be creating a new album once Jupiter goes into the 5th house, because she has experienced and channeled all this pain and created a square into a diamond. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this reading. If you guys want a reading, contact me on my email, and I'll give you a short reading for $50. Again, 5 minutes for placements, 5 minutes for aspects, and 5 minutes for transits that are currently happening in your life. And I'll send you the audio. It's 15 minutes for $50. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and namaste. Hey guys, check out my music channel where I write my own music, sing and play piano. Make sure to subscribe.